Good morning. Welcome to Email Marketing Click Segmentation. Over the next 20 minutes, we're going to show you how to ditch a one-size-fit-all email marketing and to engage targeted subgroups of contacts using Click Segmentation. My name is Dixie. My co-host is Katrine, and we are from Easy Marketing. This is part 2 of our email marketing series. If you missed part 1, not to worry, each of these workshops is self-contained, so you can jump right in today with no problem. If you'd like to revisit our last session on email marketing trends, it's available on our YouTube channel. We also hope you'll join us for the rest of our email marketing series. All of our workshops are free, and we are here live every other Wednesday at 10 Eastern. We are Easy Marketing. We're located in Northeast Florida with clients throughout the US and abroad. We specialize in website design and maintenance, email marketing, social media management, and also graphic design. And we are a certified constant contact partner, which is the email marketing solution that we recommend to all of our small business and nonprofit clients. So in our last workshop, we gave an overview of 4 email marketing trends for 2022. And today we're taking a deep dive into one you really should consider in your email marketing strategy, and that's click segmentation. Research shows that consumers like receiving emails from businesses and nonprofits, but only when that content is perceived as relevant. Nothing prompts the dreaded unsubscribe button faster than getting a generic email. In fact, market research shows that 52% of customers are likely to switch brands if the communications aren't relevant to their needs and interests. So in other words, a one-size-fits-all approach to email marketing could drive away half your audience. Instead, what you want are highly targeted emails that get relevant, timely information to the right people. Every person on your email distribution list is unique. They have different needs, different interests, probably a different relationship with your organization. So not every marketing message is going to be relevant to every subscriber. And considering that personalized email generate a median ROI of 122%, adding segmentation to your toolkit is one of the best marketing decisions you can make. But in order to send targeted emails, first you're going to need to group or segment like contacts together. So let's look at some examples. Let's say you're in a B2B industry, you might choose to segment your list based on current customers versus prospects because they need and want different information. For both business and consumers, we definitely recommend segmenting the different types of goods and services that you offer. So if you're in human resources, for example, someone interested in your recruiting services isn't necessarily also interested in payroll processing. So those could be 2 different segments. For nonprofits, the information that you send to donors probably isn't also relevant to volunteers and the people that you serve, or at the least, the call to action is going to be much different. How you group these contacts could depend on their demographics or their location, and some of this you can do manually with your existing distribution list. But if you have thousands of emails, it's going to be extremely tedious and time-consuming, if not impossible, to separate all the different groups, the donors from the vendors, from the customers. And really, those are just very rudimentary groupings to begin with. For optimal success with email marketing, what we really want is for people to self-segment based on behavior. So this could be their purchase history or clicks, like we're going to show you today. And that you can do automatically using click segmentation. So click segmentation is really what we call the secret sauce of email marketing because it helps you get the right information to the right people. If we look here on the left at opening rates, which is the percentage of people who saw the email in their inbox and they opened it, you'll see that the segmented list in red get 2.5 times more open than just a general interest list. On the right, the same thing. There we're looking at click-through rates, which is of the people who open it, how many clicked on something to sign up or make a purchase. Again, it's double here with just a general interest list. And unsubscribes are lower with an unsegmented list as well. So hands down, the research is very clear that segmented lists are the way to go for more effective, more lucrative email marketing strategy. So to help you get the best results with Click Segmentation, we want to share a few of our best practices that we use with our own clients. So number one, you want to keep it simple, especially if you're just getting started with list segmentation. So to begin with, choose maybe 2 to 4 segments that are going to make the biggest difference. So a good starting point is to look at your key buyer personas. Who is it that you're selling your products and services to? And identify a few main differences between them. So it could be what type of business they are, what their goals are, or what the interests they've shown in the past. Deciding on these top level distinct groups in your audience is a key first step. One of the most important best practices is to keep your data synchronized. If you can't rely on your data, then you can't use it effectively. So you want to ensure that you're collecting the right data that you need in your forms, making sure it's synced with your email marketing tool if you're not using an all-in-one, and also schedule a data cleanup every quarter. We recommend that you not just set it once and forget it, but to keep track of your results. Take a look at what's going well, which segments are getting the most opens and the most clicks, but also keep an eye on what's not performing well. So let's say if you notice a lot of unsubscribes from a particular segment, that could be a sign that that segment isn't well configured, that you don't have the right data points, or that possibly that particular group of people isn't the best fit for your business. To get started with email segmentation, you really want the right tool at hand. Constant Contact is the provider that we recommend to all of our clients. They make it really simple to create segments based on list membership, contact details such as location or job title, and content activity, which is what we're talking about today, such as clicks and opens. And finally, once you have your segments defined, then that allows you to use other tools like dynamic content and automation, which can help you build one single newsletter or email that shows different content to those different segments based on their preferences. And we're going to be covering both of those topics in our 2 upcoming workshops. So we invite you back for that. So hopefully that you can see the really intuitive benefits of click segmentation. But the question is, how do you do it? And that's where my co-host Katrine comes in to give us a quick demo. Katrine?
Yes, yes. So let's look at a pretend sporting goods store. And if you're the owner or part of marketing, we are sending out newsletters and we like to send out coupons. But we all got those emails with tons of different offers in here where you have to look around to see something that is of interest for you. And what we want to do now is to make sure that we only send those out to the people that are interested, because as we saw, the opening rate and the results are much higher. So in this little case, we wanted to send out an email with coupons for the runners and for the people that are doing baseball or interested in baseball. And of course, there are many other sports, but those were the one we're going to send out. And most likely, the opening rate is not going to be that big unless it is something that are specific for those people. So now we are going to try to do a segmentation. So I'm going to show how that looks like. So next slide, please. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a general email, because if you don't have any segmentation, we have to start somewhere. So we're going to send out an email for local events and clubs in Jacksonville that are either for runners and baseball. So if everyone that usually gets your email, open this up. If they are a runner and want to learn more, we figured that if they click on the runner, we're going to give them a lot of information for runners. Or if they're interested in baseball, they're going to click on the baseball. And if they're not interested at all, they're going to close this. And we are going to harvest and save anyone that clicks on runners in one list and the baseball people in another list. Okay. And we are going to do that right in Constant Contact. So I am going to take over the screen and I am going to do a demonstration. So bear with us. So show my screen. Okay, how do I do that? It's going to be interesting here. Dixie.
I've made you the presenter now.
Oh, no. Okay, now we are. So show my screen. When ready, show my screen, and we're going to make sure we have the right screen. There we are. Okay, so hopefully you can see our Easy Marketing homepage. Is that correct? Do you see that? Yeah. So we are going to, there we are. We're going to jump into my Constant Contact demo account. And I have already started creating an email. Just like we saw on the slides before. I'm going to open this up. And it's going to have these pieces of information where we give a brief information that we have more to give them. And it's either for runners or baseball people. So we have those two things with 2 click buttons that are going to take them to more detailed. And how do we create an automatic segmentation out of this? So if we click on this, and I have already included a link to a place where we have all of that information about the Jacksonville clubs and events for runners. We have this option, which is called Enable Click Segmentation. We are going to check on that. And now it's going to ask, where are we going to add it? And I happen to have 3 email lists already in here, but none of those has to do with runners. So I'm simply going to create a new list, and it's going to be called runners. And I'm going to create that. And I'm going to insert this. And I'm going to do the same thing for the baseball. And we are going to do segmentation, and I'm going to have baseball. Okay. So what I have done right now is I created 2 more lists, and I'm sure you are know about your list already under your contacts, where you divide all your emails in different lists. And now we have created 2 new ones, and there is no one in here. So we are all done, and we are ready to go, because when we are sending this out, so I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to send this right now. And you can see that we're going to send this to the Graham Sporting Goods list. And we are going to send it right now. And I'm going to see if I am able to actually show you live how this is going to happen on this end. It depends on how quick this goes. So this is being sent right now, and hopefully I'm going to get it on my phone, and we're going to take a look at it. But I still want to go back and take a look at the preview here, because we are starting to collect as people are getting this email and are starting to click on it. We're going to be able to get the people that are interested enough in running or baseball to add their names to those lists. And I wanted, while we are kind of waiting for the system to run here, I'm going to show another thing that I created with the Constant Contact system. And because if one click on runner, you see all this information about runners. What this is actually a landing page in constant contact, something you all have access to. And it's kind of like a web page. It is temporary. It only sits there a few months, but I added all of this information to this landing page where I enter this information. So if you don't know how to set this up, we can cover that under another workshop. But the important thing is that to create a landing page like this, it's all in your wheelhouse in Constant Contact. So I am looking to see if I was hoping to do all of this live. We did set it up, and sometimes it takes about 5 minutes for an email to go out in Constant Contact, and it still has not gone out. But the whole idea is still there, and the procedure. So again, you will go in, you will add a link to a button or a section, you will link it somewhere, and then you will click on segmentation, and you create a special email list. So when time comes for you to send out an email or a coupon, let's only send it to the, I think that's the next slide, isn't it, for you?
Let's take a look. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now, instead of sending out these emails to your big list of newsletters, where only part of your emails are relevant to a small segment, let's now send one email only to the people that are running. So let's say you have 5,000 contacts, and even though you might only get 50 that have clicked on this running, those people are interested enough in they trust your product, they trust your information, they even clicked in your email saying that they are want to find out more about running in your area. Now you know that is the perfect group of subscribers to send this coupon to. And you don't send it out to everyone in the list that are not interested, that could care less about the running coupon. And then we have the same thing for the baseball. So and next week we are actually going to show how these two coupons that you just looked at, how we can send that out and send one email, and depending on what segment they are, some are going to see one part and some are going to see the other.
Exactly. So combining, just sending out one email, and then different people are going to see different offers based on the segment that they've previously put themselves in. So that's really exciting. This was obviously a consumer example, but we had somebody join us a couple weeks ago for a webinar who was with a library, and she was talking about thinking how she could use Click Segmentation if she has a program coming up that's specifically for children. Then she can send that out just to people who have previously shown an interest in children's activities or checking out children's books. We have another client who's in real estate, and people who are looking for vacant lots are different buyers than ones who are looking for $1 million homes. So when he sends out an email with all the different listings, people who click on lots get on the lot list, if you will. So next time he has a lot that's available, he can send that out just to those people who knows are interested. So there's a lot of different ways to use this, and hopefully it's going to improve your click rates and get you more business. So with that, we're going to open it up for your questions.
Yeah, I wanted to add one thing about those, is that you can, usually we don't want to repeat emails, but in the case of the real estate agents and the lots, an email, you send one, you actually now can afford to send two without making them irritated and unsubscribe to you. And in the case of the library, you can dive deeper into one of the areas, for example, with children's books, because a lot of people would not care to get an email talking in details about the upcoming or past children's events, but anyone within that group love to get them, and they will feel even more connected to you because the information they have in there is really relevant. And remember, this is not only about coupons, it is but any kind of information, and the more personal, intimate information you have about a specific area, children's books or history or whatever it is, the more interested and more keen they're going to be to follow you and see you as a good company or organization.
Absolutely. So we welcome your questions. If you want to type them in, we'll have just a moment. We'll try to take a couple of those. While you're typing those in, I wanted to give another example. We work with an executive recruiter who hires in a very specific industry. They're looking for finance people, they're looking for accounting people, but those jobs are not the same. So if he sends out a big list of all the different jobs that are open right now, people who click on finance jobs can go on the finance list. So next time he's looking for a finance person, he can send out a targeted email only to those instead of having to blast it to everyone. And that makes people feel kind of spammy if they're always getting this a big generic list. Well, with that, we want to again let you know we'll be back in 2 weeks and we'll be talking about dynamic content. So once you have your list segmented, you're going to be able to send out one single email that has different types of content that are going to show up based on what segment they're in. So that's something really exciting. All of our workshops are free and we'd love to see you back in a couple weeks for that. So just look for your email. You're going to get a follow-up email from us later today. It'll have a replay of this video if you wanted to watch Katrine's live demo again, or if you missed something, and it'll have a link where you can sign up for the next workshop. We talked a little bit about constant contact. If you don't have an email marketing tool, or if it's not robust enough to do the things we're talking about, like segmentation or dynamic content, we recommend this to all of our clients. And if you stick with us to the end, thank you so much. We really appreciate having you here. We're going to do a drawing for a free consultation, so look for that in the follow-up email. And as promised, here is our contact information. If you need us, we're here and we would love to sit down and see how we can help make your list work better for you. So thank you for joining us and we will see you back soon.